welcome to the first episode, take 3 of Elden Ring. I have tried to do this now a couple times and I keep messing up. I forget to turn my microphone on. I just checked, my microphone is on. And the plan here is to basically do a custom class from the beginning of the game in order to rectify a complaint that I have, which is got all these cool weapons in the DLC, but you can't start the game with any of them. Basically, the weapons that I want to use, none of these characters can actually wield them at the beginning of the game. So I need to try to get close, ideally. I tried it with Wretch last time, and I think that's the way to go. So we're going to start with a Wretch class, and this will just kind of allow us to build however we want. Named Agent Smith. Script. There's our Agent Smith script. Keepsake, we want to choose Lands Between Rune. And we'll finish that. Yes.
The fallen leaves tell a story. The great Elden Ring was shattered. In our home, across the fog, the lands between. Now, Queen Marika the Eternal is nowhere to be found. And in the night of the Black Knives, Godwyn the Golden was first to perish. Soon, Marika's offspring, demigods all, claimed the shards of the Elden Ring. The mad taint of their newfound strength triggered the shattering. A war from which no lord arose. A war leading to abandonment by the greater will. Oh, rise now, ye tarnished, ye dead who yet live. The call of long-lost grace speaks to us all. And one other, whom grace would again bless. Tarnished of no renown. Cross the fog to the lands between. To stand before the Elden Ring. And become the Elden Lord.
So we're going to cover up them cheeks real quick. First thing I need to do is jump over to Cheat Engine, where there's a custom table that allows me to spawn in anything, really. But we're going to use it to just give ourselves some items. Why isn't it? That's confusing. Oh, I goofed it. Goofed it all. Huh. Okay, so now I open this. Yes. happens. And now it should work, right? Surely. Turn it off and turn it back on again. That's the rules. Hey, it worked. You can tell because the game closed. Maybe you can't tell, but the screen got brighter and that was the game closing. So, I now have a list of every item available in the game that I can spawn in. The things that we are going to spawn in, specifically, are Smithscript Weapons. My first attempt, I gave myself the dagger and the axe, as well as the shield. My second attempt, I gave myself the shield, the daggers, and the spear. This time I'm just going to give myself all the Smithscript weapons. That's kind of the gimmick, is that I'm Agent Smithscript. We're going to give myself all those, because these are going to be the only weapons I use through the playthrough. I'm not going to pick up any others. There's one exception, potentially. The next thing I need to give myself is the Armor of Night. It is the closest armor I could find to a black suit. And then I don't have a good ranged option. I don't need anything good, necessarily. But I'm thinking maybe a bow would be nice. Just like a short bow. Doing it. Alright. So now I can close out of Cheat Engine. I've gotten everything that I need from it. Click back into my game and we're ready to roll. I'm still recording audio. My camera is still on. We're ready to go. I can now accept all of these things. We have the Smithscript Axe. We have the Smithscript Spear, the Smithscript Shield, Smithscript Dagger, Smithscript Cirque, the Helm of Night, Armor of Night, Gauntlets of Night, and Greaves of Night. And a short bow. We can't use any of the weapons that I just gave myself. None of them have the appropriate stats. We now have Agent Smithscript ready to go, except that he's weak and can't actually use any of his items. So this first episode is going to be all about getting stronger, actually getting a little bit overpowered, ideally. Man, that's a loud door. So I have a bit of a route planned already. This is not going to be just like a casual playthrough. I know where I'm going. I know all the stuff. But it's more of a challenge to see how these weapons do, starting from the beginning, base level and all that. So we'll come in here. We'll get our butt kicked real quick by this guy. Ow. You just yelled at me and it hurt. Oh, I died. Okay. I thought maybe I was going to put up a fight there for a second, except that the daggers that I throw are doing like 1 and 2 health right now. Now, I could have cheated in like levels and runes and whatever I wanted in order to level up my character appropriately, but basically, I want to illustrate that you don't need to do that. There are ways that you could make yourself overpowered super early in the game, and they're super easy to do. We're off. We are not going to do the tutorial area, because our weapons are trash right now. He's so majestic. Alright, so this is going to be a lot of running, if I'm honest. A lot of this episode's probably going to be just like cutting to different locations. Because, yeah, I'm just going to be running around a lot. We can go ahead and talk to White Mask Vare.
Oh, yes. Tarnished, are we?
That's me.
Come to the lands between for the Elden Ring? Of course you have. No shame in it. Unfortunately for you, however,
I really like
you are maidenless.
Agent Smithscript's side profile.
Without the strength
I feel like that's where I
roots,
nailed the
and
likeness.
Without an invitation to the round table hold, you are fated, it seems, to die in obscurity.
Okay, thanks, man.
Luckily for you, however, there is one shining ray of hope for even the maidenless. Me, Vare. Take care to listen. Are you familiar with grace? The golden light that gives life to you, Tarnished. You may also that
Sorry, I skipped. I hit the button at the wrong time. It's fine. He's just, like,
that a tarnish
blathering
must
on.
travel.
I don't know. I guess I don't have to talk to the NPCs, but
Grace's guidance
I want to allow a narrative to develop in some degree, you know?
will lead you tarnished to the path you are meant to follow, even if it leads you to your grave. Grace's guidance will
Yeah.
reveal the path forward to Castle Stormveil,
Yep, over on the cliff.
the
Sure.
home of the decrepit demigod,
And there we have our target.
the Drafted.
Cool. Thanks, man. Alright, so now we are gonna just run for a while. We're gonna ignore the tree sentinel and hope he ignores us as well. We'll come up here and get this site of grace. I made the mistake on my last attempt, besides not turning on my microphone, of spending my rune that I have before I could level up, which didn't feel very good. So we've got that site of grace. That'll be important for later. Not much later, though. I could try to fight this guy, but I learned last time, not worth it. My weapons do nothing. Oof. Oof. Okay. Maybe we shouldn't try the weapons out until we've leveled them up. Level 0. We'll grab these kukris. Oh. Good dodge. It's like he can see the matrix. We're gonna come over here and get this side of grace and get the ability to level up and get our faithful steed Orant. I can skip all this as well because I've already recorded it. Shout out to failed recordings.
Greetings, traveler from beyond the fog. I am Melina. I offer you an accord. Have you heard of the Finger Maidens?
Yes.
They serve the two fingers, offering
The whole finger thing.
I can play the role.
What's
of
that
Aim,
about?
turning
Like
wounds
George.
in
What
your
is that
search
about?
for the
It's a choice that
foot
was
of
made
the earth.
that I don't fully understand.
Then it's settled.
Maybe that
to
wasn't
turn
George.
wounds into strength.
Maybe that was Miyazaki and his team. Who knows? There's what we need. Thanks, Melina. We can now, because it's nighttime, we can just teleport back to here. But first, I'm going to grab a couple items while I'm right here. Now we can ride through here. We can grab a map fragment. We can come over here and grab the wet blade. Just some essential items for the playthrough. I guess the map's not essential, but it's helpful for sure. Okay. And now we'll come over here real quick. This guy will aggro, but it's not a huge deal. Ow, maybe. Stop. Stop. Give me a minute. Thank you. Now we can move on. We'll go ahead and grab this side of grace because that'll be helpful here shortly. Basically, I have this whole route down to a bit of a science because it's the way I start most of my runs because I'm bad at video games. And so my way to get better at video games is to make myself too strong. So, I'll be right there, Ronnie. Hold on. In a minute. We'll come down here. We'll take a look at what I need for that. I'm going to need to add 3 points to my dex. That'll make more sense later. Alright, let's talk to Ronnie.
Pleasure to meet thee, Tarnished.
Or
I am the witch
Renna.
I'd heard tell of a Tarnished hurtling about atop a spectral steed, and upon looking into the matter, the talk
word gets
I
around
find
fast. Like,
is of thee.
I just
Thou
got
art possessed
Torrent.
of the power, no? To call forth the spectral steed named Torrent.
Yeah, you
As I
heard
had
correct.
hoped, I was entrusted this for thee. 'Tis a bell for calling forth spirits. Summon them with it. From ash and return to the Erdtree, the spirits will obey thine command but briefly, as they recall battles past. Now it is thine. To do with
I
as
love
thou
his face.
wishest.
He's got such a good face. He's wearing a blindfold because
Forgive
there
me
are
the
no
intrusion,
sunglasses
Tarnished.
in this game,
I doubt we
unfortunately.
shall again meet. But all the same, learn well the lands between. How long will it be, I wonder, before the tarnished tire of obeisance to the 2 fingers?
Okay. We've now met her. Oh yeah, we can grab this. That's useful. Not worried about him yet. I didn't mean to do that. We're gonna run back up here. I could have teleported, but this isn't a speed run. We'll go this way. We're coming back here to grab a very specific item. Beautiful. We've gotten our gold pickle foul foot, and now we can leave this area. And we can be on our way. We're gonna grab another smithing stone over here. I hear you, guy. I know. You're having a tough time. Gotta be careful with this one because it's over a hole. Man, those guys are really yelling. They are angry. They're not angry, they're being crucified, but I'm sure they're angry as well. Grab another side of grace. Yeah, that's right. We can come over here and speak with our samurai friend.
You must be the new Tarnished. You do well to steer clear of a Gill Lake, fledgling. Dragon.
The leaves are falling from the Erdtree, meaning that I'm gaining more runes if I kill enemies right now.
So, unless you're mad, or wish to be burned alive, stay clear of the lake.
Okay, thanks, man. We move on. We are here, and we need to be here. I'm going to teleport instead of riding my horse to here. This is the site of grace we grabbed earlier, just south of the town full of soldiers.
You there? Could you help us out, Cully?
I got you, Bach. That tree was a man!
Oh, yes. I remember. Some clod turned me into a tree. You were just breaking the spell, weren't you? Thank you. The name's Bok. I was pushed out of the cave, told not to come back, not ever. Then I ended up as a tree. Lucky you came along, really.
I love that line delivery.
Oh.
Okay, we'll keep talking to him a little bit.
What a
He'll tell us
shame.
more about this cave.
When they threw me out of the cave, they took everything I owned.
We'll get
So this
redemption
is
for
all I
Bach.
have to express my thanks. hope you can forgive me. Or, well, if you can afford to wait for a while, I could sneak back into the cave and bring back something of actual value. Then I'd be of some real use to you, I reckon.
Alright, well, good luck. I probably could have talked to him again. He probably would have said a little bit more, or just restated what he already said a little bit different. So we got ourselves Knight's Cavalry here. We're not going to fight him, though. We don't want none of that. We're just going to run and hope that he doesn't follow us too far. He's following us right now, though, that's for sure. Oh, man. Why is that guy coming at me so hard? Leave me alone. Okay. Believe there's a site of grace down here. Yeah. Want to grab as many sites of grace along the way as I can. We'll also talk to as many NPCs along the way as we can. So we'll go ahead and come up here and speak with Kenneth. I'm not for sure going to do every quest line or anything like that, but I'm sure I'll complete a few along the way. Might as well get a bunch of them kick-started at least.
That's very kind, but
Hey, it's Robert Pattinson.
no,
From this angle.
no. The help is
Not
very
from
much
this angle.
appreciated, even
But from this angle, that's Robert
Despite
Pattinson.
appearances, nobility is no prerequisite to serving the true order. You might have heard of me, Kenneth Height. Next in line is the rightful ruler of Limgrave, the Untarnished. I would have a boon of you.
You would what?
Take back my fort. It lies to the south, beyond the Mistwood. A knight commander from Stormvale took it. A fool, and plumb mad to boot. Simply obsessed with blood.
Okay. Cool. We'll do that.
A kiss goodbye? My fort
Will you?
lies to the south, beyond the Mistwood. Take it back for me. Oh, I see. You wish to know the reward. Fret not. The great Kenneth Height is known for his considerable largesse. The celebrations
Sorry, I
will
got
be
antsy.
lavish indeed upon the dawn of my fort's retrieval.
Okay. See you, Kenneth. Why can I summon right now? That's weird, right? Surely not just for these guys. Maybe, I guess. I guess it could be for the troll? We're gonna ignore the troll. We'll just skate on by. Third Church of America. And come in here, grab some essential items. And we'll get an opportunity to speak with Melina again. And I get to skip it on this playthrough because I've already recorded it once.
Me? I'm searching for my purpose, given to me by my mother inside the Earth Tree, long ago, for the reason that I yet live, burned and bodiless. There is something for which I must apologize. I've acted the Finger Maiden, yet can offer no guidance. I am no maiden. My purpose was long ago lost. Spoken echoes linger here. Words of Queen Marika, who vanished long ago. If you wish, I will share them with you. Very well. In Marika's own words, my lord, and thy warriors, I divest each of thee of thy grace. With thine eyes dimmed, ye will be driven from the lands between. Ye will wage war in a land afar.
where you will live and die. Well, perhaps that might serve you in lieu of a maiden's guidance.
We'll go ahead and increase the amount replenished by my flasks. I could have loaded my Flask of Wondrous Physic, but it's only got one tier right now, and it's not one that I necessarily need. We'll come back here and use this teleporter. Discovering this teleporter in the wild made you feel like the coolest person on the planet. The game does eventually tell you about it, but like, I didn't know that when I found it. I felt awesome. I was hearing something odd. We're now at the Beastial Sanctum, home of Gronk. He has another name, the Beast Clergyman. We'll talk to him later. We're not here for him right now. I'm gonna ride past Craig here. Craig. Grab ourselves a seed here. That'll come in handy eventually. Lot of running. We'll go ahead and rest since I picked up a seed. Oh, hey, it's Melina again. Oh no.
Forgive me.
Ah, she's been testing me.
Testing you.
It's time.
To determine if
You
the
chose to sit
Elden
right there.
Ring
You're looking at me through a
truly
tree.
have you.
Why are you being so
If
weird?
you had the mettle to endure this long and arduous path. It seems my worries were unfounded. Torrent had your measure from the very start.
Okay.
Whereas I merely... There is but one
Alright,
Arcane
well,
gathering
yep,
place.
To the round table hold.
Let my hand rest upon you for but a moment.
Oh. Alright. We've uncovered round table hold. Awesome. We can go back to this site of grace. As you can see, the bridge is mildly guarded. Hopefully he doesn't notice us. He might have noticed us. His name's Grail, and this place is named after Grail, the mother of dragons. So I wonder if Grail is like direct descendant, or I guess maybe all dragons are direct descendants of Grail. I don't know. I need a lore video on Grail. Where are we going here? Where are we at? There we go. That's what we're looking for. We get some epic grave robbing music. Perfect timing. Then we jump. The Spirit Springs are easily the goofiest thing in this game. And there's there's rolling sheep and stuff, but like, come on, the Spirit Springs, what even are those? I love them, but like, they're so weird. We'll go ahead and use our seed to get another flask. And then we're off to our destination. I will not be doing a lot of the rises in an effort to gain memory slots for spells, because I'm not going to be using spells. I might equip something like Flame Cleanse Me or something like that later on to deal with Scarlet Rot, but in general, I'm not going to be using spells. So, I recently discovered, and I've done this route dozens of times, but you don't have to ride past the Avatar. You can just ride around this way, and there's a stinking Spirit Spring. There's also a super sus pot over here, and I want to know what it's all about. Like, what's this pot's deal? That's not going to do anything. I just feel like that pot is different. I feel like I need to lure the avatar over here to break it. That seems like a problem for a future me, though. Alright. We are now at Grail's Dragon Barrow, which I guess we've kind of been there the whole time. We're actually now at, like, Fort Faroth, but this is Grail, the mother of dragons. She's a biggin'. No longer the biggest-un, but a biggin', for sure. She's about to wake up some of her kids that are much smaller, but I can do no harm to any of them because I'm weak. So we come here, we grab this Site of Grace. When Grail does her roar, it's a debuff on both your defense and your attack. We'll come up here, we will plan our sacrifice. The sacrifice will be the dogs because it's all I have. As we run through here, we will die. The item we need is right there on the other side of that wall, but the way to get there is not easy. But we're just going to run, and hopefully the dogs will provide us a little bit of coverage and keep us safe a little bit. Where did the dogs go? They didn't. Alright, dogs, do your thing. And we're running. We'll probably get a little bit of poison. Hey, we didn't get any poison. The dogs did a great job. Man, they're still holding their own. Usually they're like dead by now. Oh, there they go. Sorry, dogs. Maybe if I come up here, they'll teleport to me. They teleported to me. They're still alive. Good boys. Okay, we come down here and we run some more. We ignore this guy. He's gonna spawn in there. We come down here. We get turned around every time. Come over here. We jump over here. Oh, I don't know why I didn't attack there. I didn't mean to. We come over here. We dodge everything, hopefully. I flinched in real life there. And then we let everything kill us. We got what we came for. So yeah, everything in this building pretty much will one-shot us, and that's why it's a death run. We are not supposed to be in this part of the world right now. It is way over-leveled for us at level 1 with 0 runes currently. We're going to take a quick trip to the Round Table Hold. Not worried about talking to any of these people just yet. Wrong way. Every time. Come in here and talk to Master Hugo.
You're a new face. No matter. It's all the same. Lay out your arms. Let's get smithing.
We just want to sell some stuff here. And the stuff we want to sell is this. Okay. We can also maybe strengthen. Yeah, let's do that. Okay. Strengthen some armament, and we've got some runes. Now we can teleport back to here. It shows that our dropped runes are there. We didn't drop any runes. We've never had any. Now we rest here. And we level up. So I need 3 here. 1. Where are we at? We still able to go? We're still going. Okay. We'll put a couple here, and then we'll do that. Okay, that'll work. I think I will be able to wield most of my weapons once I apply the Source Seal, which was the item that we just got from this fort. So I'll come down here and equip this. So if we look at my stats to the right, we can see a bunch of 10s. We see the 12, 13, 14, the 11s. when I put this on, everything jumps up by 5. Not everything. You see the 4 highlighted stats jump up by 5. It also boosts my health and my stamina. That I also need to equip this. We can see now I don't have a red X on my dagger. I don't have a red X on my shield. That means these weapons are now viable and I can go do things with them. I could go start playing the game now, technically, but that's not what we're here to do yet. In here we can see all of these weapons are now viable with the exception of the hammer. That's going to take a lot more strength. But we're here to equip the flail. We're going to two-hand the flail, and we're going to go speak with this dragon. For a while. It takes a while. This dragon has a ton of health, and we're going to be doing very little damage to it. But occasionally, because this weapon has bleed, we'll do a huge chunk of about 13,000 damage. So I'll try to position myself so that we can see that health bar ticking down, and we'll start. What a soundtrack. There was one of those first bleeds, 13,747 damage. We're going to try something at the end. We're going to attempt to kill the dragon, but also not kill the dragon. Now we can get on the horse, and we can use our strong attack because it hits multiple times. We're doing pretty piddly damage overall. It's really those bleeds that are going to do all of the work for us. I feel like I hear a dragon trying real hard to get to me right now. Maybe 2 more bleeds before we do the Gold Pickle Foulfoot. The Gold Pickle Foulfoot is going to increase rune acquisition by 30%. Dragon at. I hear it. It sounds so close. There's another bleed. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and do the Foulfoot because we might be pretty close. So we're also gonna position ourselves so that we can see the side of grace. I also want to position Torrent a little bit so that he's aimed a little bit better. The goal here is to kill the dragon and then book it. And if we do it fast enough, we'll get the runes, but the dragon will not despawn. And we can do it again. There it is. We gotta run. We gotta run. And then we rest. We did it. Did we did it? I don't think we did it. Well, we didn't did it, but what we did is we have 97,000 runes. Now, the beauty of keeping the dragon alive is that you can then do it again. But it's tough to do. I did it in a recording yesterday. It would have been cool if I had been recording sound also. It just allows you to farm it, essentially. But 97,000 runes this early in the game, that's nothing to scoff at. So we're going to go ahead and level ourselves up pretty good here. And then we can really take on the game. And that's what the goal of this first episode has been, is really just getting leveled up. Can we get that to 20? Okay, we can now wield every weapon. We'll do that. We'll put a little more here. More FP, better. And we'll confirm that. So we are now, from the start of the game, starting at level 1, we are now level 36. We have killed 1 enemy. And we can now go to equipment. We can get rid of that. I'll go ahead and equip, I think, the axe. The axe is my favorite. But we're going to stick with daggers for now because they can be thrown from horseback. But we're not necessarily going to be riding any horses. We are going to go get some redemption for Bach. I still have sound, right? Yeah! Right on. Alright. So, Bach. The man that was the tree.
And I ended up as a tree.
We rescued him from being a tree,
You were just breaking the spell, weren't you?
and now he has made the trek over here to the cave where he got bullied in an attempt to recover his items. And, well, it hasn't gone well for him. And so we're gonna go get redemption for him. And the redemption should come pretty swift. This playthrough is mostly just going to be a showcase of this shield. Like, what is that? It's the best weapon in the entire game. I didn't need to throw the dagger. The shield would have done it. It's at level 1 right now, or +1 right now. It's the weapon I'm going to level up before anything else. I haven't bought a torch yet. I'm noticing. Becoming very clear to me. Oh, hey, it's Bach.
Oh. What are you doing here? You must leave this place at once. They'll rush in and beat you to a pulp.
They'll try.
End up just like me.
I have a shield. Okay. I thought he had more to say, honestly. Don't you worry, Bach. We're gonna go get redemption for you. Man, he is really just whimpering. Get over it, my dude. Can't see anything. But my lock-on can. Aw. Calling for backup, I see. I know this cave, so I know where I'm going. But man, it is pretty difficult to see. What else we got? There's the tougher enemy. Any more? Is that everybody? I think that's everybody. My rule on this playthrough for summons is going to be, I'm not going to use them a lot, but if it is a story summon, like Knight Istvan here, I will go ahead and call them in. I'm going to try not to use my spirit summoning bell, but if I hit a boss that I'm just struggling with, or these weapons prove ineffective, then I will summon in something to help me out in that fight. I'm not above it. I ain't no challenge runner. Alright, so... So you can see the stagger effect of this shield is just busted. If you get up in melee range, it staggers them twice. What? It's wild. And the tracking is stupid. Look at that damage. Wild. Hey. Come on, man. I'm trying to do a demo here. How is that guy so tough? I do wish you could adjust affinity, but unfortunately you cannot. Where do you think you're going? Alright, so we got box stuff. I think that's everybody. Knight Istvan has moved along. I don't remember where you actually run into him as far as his quest line. I don't know that I ever have. I could go through here and get to the Dragon Communion church, but I don't need to go there. I do have hearts though. I could go get some Dragon Communion enchantments, but It's just not my thing. It's not a playstyle I enjoy. You're balking here, moaning, groaning.
You'll end up just like me.
We've already had this conversation. I already got your stuff back.
Is that what I think it is? You got it back for me.
Yep, there you go. And
What made you go and do a thing like that?
oh, you're so nice. I thought it seemed like a nice thing to do.
And that's sewing.
I love Bach's story, if I'm honest.
Remember her by. I always wanted to be just like sweet old mum.
He's an ugly dude, but he doesn't need to know that.
I can't just curl up and die, can I?
That's right. We'll rest here, and now I think... oh, yep, he is just gone. We'll talk to him later then, I guess. We can now leave this cave with Bach redeemed. These guys are back. Here we can see the daggers. Not nearly as good. They do okay. They're good for harvesting the birds down here for the four-toed foulfoot. Pretty good for that. We can now teleport back to here. We'll go do some stuff. But that will be for next episode. I think I've accomplished what I hoped to accomplish with this first one, which was just to become more powerful. So we've gone from level 1 to level 36. We can go fight Margit now if we want to, but we're going to do some more stuff around Limgrave and down to the place to the south of that. The Weeping Peninsula, that's the one. We'll do some stuff down at the Weeping Peninsula. Then we'll go fight Margit. We'll find out next time, or the time after that. Margit probably won't be next episode. Some other boss will be. And so yeah, tune in next time, and we'll figure out what boss that is. Thanks for watching.